Okay, so this one is from Cutlery and More. You ready for this? You ready for this? This is gonna be good stuff. I'm gonna set these aside. Just take them all out. Here we are. We got 1, 2, 4, 6 knives right here. And so I basically I called up folks at the folks over at Cutlery and More. I said, you know what? Would you be willing to send me some knives that are damaged, cracked, broken? You know, customer returns that people who abuse their knives and don't know how to care for the knives. And would you send me a few knives for me to fix? So they did. This is what it is. All right. So what we have here. So we have a Sentoku. This is a Shun Classic Sentoku. And it's got a pretty big chip here on the cutting edge. It looks like it's about 2 millimeters deep. Hopefully you guys can see that. Maybe put it closer to my face. There it is. Yeah. So I will do a repair. I'll have to actually grind this down quite a bit to actually get this repair done. I might even change the profile of this knife. And a lot of these knives, I think I'll play with the profile just to see how they'll look. And it's a really good opportunity for me to experiment on some stones. And also, if I want to change my own grind of a knife, this would be a really good time for that. So yeah, we'll see what I'll do with this knife. Ooh, look at this one. This one is pretty torn up. I don't even know what this is. But it's actually really nice. So this one here has a pretty it's got a broken tip. I'm gonna show you guys that. So it's got a broken tip, as well as a pretty big gouge on the first inch of the knife, and whatever else here, a bunch of chips along the cutting edge. But this would be really nice for me to restore, because this is all rusted out. You can see here, and this would be a nice knife for me to experiment. I actually want to create a. I've thought about actually making my own knives and buying a whole setup and make my own knives. So I won't be doing that anytime soon. But I can definitely play with the profile of this knife here and maybe give it a more of perhaps a Masamuro KS profile. We'll see. This is really nice. This is exciting stuff. All right, we have another. Whoa, geez, look at that one. Look at this Sentoku. You see that? Massive gouge right there. I mean, it's about a ½ an inch long and about a 3 to 4 millimeters deep. It is huge. So this one is gonna definitely need some major reprofiling and reshaping. So this is good, because then we'll have to thin. I probably will have to thin this knife out at some point during the grind or during the repairs. So very nice there. Oh, look at this one. This one is their Blue Steel series. Okay. Oh, this is beautiful. This is almost like an unboxing in itself. Wow, this is a gorgeous knife. Look at that. Alright, so this one here has a looks like it's a corroded tip. So basically this one really isn't all that bad. Basically what happened was the customer or whomever owned this knife before basically hacked something too hard, and it kind of, all it did was it chipped the chrome plating on the cutting edge. And so this one here is, it really is extremely easy to repair, and basically a couple of sharpening sessions and a couple of polishing sessions will definitely take care of this. And yeah, so this one here is practically brand new. This one is it's a 8-inch Kuritsuke. It is just gorgeous. I mean, I really love the handle. I'm a huge fan of octagonal handles. This one has a really nice feel to it. Beautiful metallic. It's almost got a metallic finish in the handle. Not quite metallic, but it's got a really good polish on it. So it adds this this really nice iridescent look to it. So I think there is some metallic flakes on this thing. I could be wrong, but it could be also the wood itself. And wood, when you have a really nice layer of epoxy over wood, or a clear coat finish or polish, it could definitely sometimes bring up some very interesting looks and very interesting grains from the wood. So that may be just the wood I'm looking at, but it definitely has a really beautiful look to it. So I think I might do some giveaways with these knives. And so if you guys are not subscribed, you definitely want to be subscribed if you want to win some of these giveaways here. What do we have here? Oh, look at this Kuritsuke. That is... This is pretty torn up. It's like a shark took a bite from this cutting edge. You guys can see that? Oh, it is so bad. It's so bad. You definitely was... The person who owned this knife was hacking frozen chicken. I mean, I can guarantee it. There's no way a knife can be in this condition after... I mean, I'm looking at the handle. The handle is practically brand new. The rest of the knife has never been sharpened. Okay, so this was definitely from an amateur knife owner and or amateur knife buyer that simply thought that you can take any knife, especially a Japanese knife, that is razor sharp and hack chicken bone with it. There is no way any knife can look like this under normal use. Like, absolutely zero. Let me show you guys a little bit closer here. You see that? I mean, that is that is terrible. I mean, it looks like teeth marks. It looks like someone took their knife and just bit down really, really hard with some new teeth, new implants that they got. But the knife is beautiful. I mean, this is a gorgeous Kuritsuke. I mean, look at this choil here. Really nicely shaped and rounded. And I mean, I can literally tell you this knife is no more than a week old. It could not have been used more than a week. It's got no scratches on it anywhere. I mean, it doesn't even have washing scratches. People who wash their knives with sponges or something, hard sponges, will leave scratch marks on their knives. There is nothing on this thing. Very exciting there. So I'm curious to see what profile I'll do with this one. Whether I'll keep the same, constant radius grind on this knife, or give it a flatter profile. So I'll have to see, because this is going to require quite a bit of grinding. I'm probably going to go to the hardware store and pick up a bastard file, and it'll definitely help me with grinding these knives down. You definitely don't want to put these knives onto a whetstone, because it will kill your whetstone. Even a diamond stone will probably get damaged pretty badly from trying to repair this sort of thing. So buy a $10 bastard file this knife down, and we'll go from there. I mean, it wasn't once. This person literally was hacking frozen meats. I mean, there's no way you're gonna get this much damage from one hack. But yeah, I'm not judging. This is gonna be a really fun series right here, because a lot of you guys have been asking about how to repair knives, and I'm not a professional knife repairer. I don't know how to repair knives. I just grind knives away and kind of make them sharper, but I've never done a lot of repairs on knives. So I'm very excited. Holy cow. Look at this thing. Whoa. So this is a Shun Classic, or a Shun Pro. This is a really nice knife. And look at that. You guys can see how bad that's chipped. I mean, so this, okay, you guys can understand the way knives work. Knives don't chip and gouge like this under normal use. You literally have to hack at something, and you literally have to hack, get your knife stuck in a piece of meat or a bone, a frozen piece of meat or a bone, and you twist and yank. That is the only way you can get a chip this big, or two chips this big, on a knife. You see, I mean, again, I understand that you get excited and you want to believe that your knife can do anything and hack and cut anything, but knives are not designed to cut into frozen meats. No knife is. Bandsaws, electric saws and those sort of things, yes, you can cut frozen meats with them, but not a knife. And it's a real shame. It's a real shame, because this person here, I can tell, has actually attempted to sharpen this knife. So the person who bought this knife was definitely more of an enthusiast that wanted to buy a good knife and sharpen it. So this knife here has probably got a few months of use on it. I can tell that it's been sharpened, the person attempted to sharpen this knife more than once. The wear pattern definitely shows that. And so it's a shame that this knife was abused the way it is, because it's a beautiful knife. I mean, it is, it's a very, very nice knife. And so, yeah, so I'll do some repairs on this one. I will figure out if I should reprofile it and give it a new profile. So I'll have to do a number of of drawings on this one. So yeah, I mean it's a beautiful knife. I mean the classic 8-inch knife is a very good knife. There's no reason why this knife here under normal use should have this sort of damage on it. So it's it's kind of disappointing for me as a knife enthusiast to see these sort of things and see how people abuse them, because Shuns are fantastic knives. They are beautifully crafted. They are really well made. And I have been using a Shun now in my personal collection now for I think well over 6 months, and I use it. I really abuse my knives in terms of the type of cutting that I do. I don't abuse them in terms of cutting into frozen meats, but I use my knives. I use them, I sharpen them, I resharpen them, I dull them, I put them onto the brick, and never have I had any of my knives look like this, even after 6-7 months of use. And so, yeah, so it's really sad, because this right here, I can guarantee you that the owner of this knife here and these knives here are now spreading, essentially rumors and bad news about Japanese knives, because they're saying, oh, I used it once and it broke on me. And I can tell you that looking at all these knives, none of them were properly handled. And again, I'm not judging any persons, I'm not judging people who don't understand Japanese knives, but this is not how Japanese knives behave. This is not what happens. This is not very typical. This is not typical at all. This is from a very isolated number of users who, I can tell you, most of these knives, except for like 2 of them, they're brand new. And so they literally took a brand new knife out of the box, hacked some frozen chicken, hacked some frozen meat, or went into chicken bone, and then when the knife got stuck, they torqued, they twisted, and this is the result. So it's a real shame. It's a real shame. I mean, I hate to kind of point out the obvious, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Shuns. So I don't know if it's a Shun owner or Shun owners that tend to think their knives are bulletproof, or just or they grab, or Cutlery More just grabbed the returns pile from the Shun pile and just sent it to me. So either way, we're gonna have a lot of fun with these, or I'm gonna have a lot of fun with these. And at the end of the repairs, I think I want to give these knives away, because they deserve to be used in the proper kitchen. They deserve to be used by people who are lovers of knives and who can treat them fairly and properly. So that's what I'll do. I'm gonna give these knives away after I repair them.